So, welcome to a random tier list idea I had. Probably nobody asked for this, but here we are with Need for Speed characters. Now, I didn't add every single character from every single game, otherwise this would have been too long, and I'm pretty sure half the people wouldn't even be able to recognize some of the characters in this. So I tried to put characters that are sorta recognizable from I think Hop Shoot 2 all the way till Heat. The only reason there's a policeman in here is when I was checking the fandom page, there was like a fandom page where all the characters, it said policeman, so I was like, why not just put him in as well? And what are we rating them on? Well, just about anything, I guess. Who actually made a huge impact, who was a cool character, who was an annoying character. Sort of like that. It's just for fun. First guy instantly ST'd. He has a shotgun. Yeah, I do not want to mess with this officer, man. He looks very nice though. That shotgun is very, very chef's kiss, you know. So I think he can comfortably sit in first place. Next up we got Eddie though. To be honest, I don't know much about Eddie. He is the boss in Underground 1, but you don't really see much cutscenes with him. Like I think there's one cutscene where he just throws money at you to get a taxi. As for huge impact, I mean, it's just that. He's in there, you don't know much about him. I guess just, you know, see. So next up is Melissa. She appears in the last event in Underground 1. And literally, even after completing that, I still have no idea who she is. You know that cutscene where you completed the game and then she slow-mo walks to you? I still don't understand who she is. Like, is she Eddie's girlfriend? Or... yeah, that's probably right. There's nothing else. That's she appears in one event, and that's that. She's gone. Omega, lol. You know, also when I was looking at the pictures, man, Melissa and Samantha have the same exact body. It's just the lower part that has changed. But Samantha, I mean, Samantha you know a bit about, like from the very first moment when you buy a car, telling you it's weak, telling you how to race, you know. She actually shows you what you're supposed to do. There is also an event, I think, where you, if you beat her, she loses her car to TJ, and then he makes it so ugly that you try and win it back for her. I mean, she's all right, I guess. At least we know more about her than Melissa. Now, this dude, I think this is TJ. Now, TJ is, I think, the special tuner in Underground. You know those challenges that say, do this time trial, and if you do it, you get a special upgrade? Yeah, that's basically it. Grade A asshole. For real? Considering what he did to this Hello Kitty car, man, maybe he is considered that. But I mean, he does help you out get special parts, so he is sort of helpful. I think a B though. He does give you new performances, but yeah, let's keep him B for now. Now, Anna. Do many of you care about Anna? Okay. Like, the most recent character from Heat, I don't know. I mean, I played Heat like a few times, but never really cared too much about the characters there. I think that's the problem with some of the newer ones. Like, they have a lot of characters, but it's like you barely care about them. She helps doing the exposed part, but no, she is annoying. Why is she annoying though? Can you remind me? Payback phone calls after story. Oh yeah, I remember that. I think even when I completed the game, I kept getting calls from Anna. Yeah, I think she's just a solid mid. Like nothing too interesting about her. Like she exists, and that's about it. There's this cop lady. She's one of the, I guess, 3 bad guys in Heat. Like you had this dude, this what's all Shaw, and her. The thing you know about her is she points a gun and does pew pew in the last cutscene. Probably a C. Just mid as well though. The main antagonist. So all I know about him is that he's a corrupt officer that busts racers and sells the cars somewhere, you know, for profits. As an antagonist, you know, he does set off a pretty dark image. You know that cutscene with Joe where they were contemplating, do they take him out and shit? Like he really, you know, has that antagonist vibe to him. So as an antagonist, he does the job. So I'll put it there. Lucas though, Lucas is a homie, man. Like he's the first dude to introduce you to the racing and Heat. He gives you a choice of what car you can pick. He also helps you throughout the story, I think. Like, I think he punches Mercer or something, like crashes into him and saves you. Yeah, he cares for his friends, and he's actually cool to listen to. I'm gonna put him in A. Speaking of the antagonist, so this is the second main one, Shaw. He lives up to the role of an antagonist. All the cutscenes having him are really good, I would say. Like, he's really you just feel a scary presence when he's around, like with his creepy smile. He's like a ticking time bomb to which you don't want to know when it explodes. Yeah, and you don't want to be close to him as well. Like, you don't want to be in his radius whatsoever.
Got a car?
Yes, sir.
Yes, officer!
That smile, man, it just gives me serial killer vibes, man. Like, the fucking damn smile, man. Like, he just lives up to the role, man. You gotta give it to the dude. I think it's an easy S for Shaw, man. So next up, we got Caleb. Mostly the thing I know about Caleb is, one, at the start of the game, he tries to kill you, and, he's a crybaby.
You better remember who you're talking.
Remember who you're talking to, chat. You better remember who you're talking to. As an antagonist, he's just like the weakest one because you don't even know shit about him. Like, you just know he wants to kill you. That's about it. So like, I'm pretty sure Rachel is one of those characters that was everyone's waifu when they were kids. You're probably like, I don't know, 7 or 8. Your mom and dad gifted you this game for your birthday, and she's the first person you see. Early childhood waifu. As a character, she's very helpful though. Like, she manages your sponsor stuff, like tells you what's up when new areas unlocked. She helps you out through, well, everything, I guess, in Underground 2. So there, she's pretty alright. Plus, she gives you her 350Z when you arrive. Like, would you give your 350Z to a random stranger you never knew? Probably not. Yeah, I do agree. She doesn't really get that much screen time apart from the phone calls. Now, Cross, I'm pretty sure, is S tier for everyone. Just because of the amount of screen time he gets, man. He's like a pretty good antagonist, I would say, in Most Wanted. Especially from the start, you know, when he like keys your car. Even nowadays, it hurts to see this cutscene, man. Like, even though you escape from Rockport to Carbon, he doesn't stop chasing you. Like, most officers would probably stop at that point and accept their losses. But this motherfucker continues chasing you onwards until he finally catches up with you. He ain't gonna stop until the grudge is over. Dude, 3 cops in S tier, man. Why do they make such good characters only cops? I think Mia can be similar to Rachel. She's like a supportive character. She introduces you to the races, and then, you know, it's kind of the same. She like takes profits from all the races you win, but keeps the cops away from you. Totally not an undercover cop whatsoever. Totally not. She even lets you escape. She could have busted you, eliminated everyone from the blacklist, but because you helped her, she just lets you go without any hesitation. I think she deserves to be in B. Main guy, Razor. His name is Clarence. D. I agree, man. We don't even need to talk about it, man. Fucking Clarence. Clarence! Fucking Clarence! Nah, I'm just joking. I mean, as an antagonist, he does every asshole thing out there, like sabotaging your car, for example. Wasn't it mentioned, like, he fixes races as well, or something like that in Rockport? Maybe I'm wrong. But just in general, he does every asshole thing he can to the protagonist. Like messing up his car, stealing it like that, and then working his way up all the way to the top of the blacklist using them. So as an antagonist, he is pretty cool though, man. But still, Clarence, man, come on. They couldn't have given him a better name. Fucking Clarence. Number 16 guy on the blacklist, Raj. Okay, I know he doesn't really appear in the game, but he is sort of supportive, and he was supposed to be in the game, but it got scrapped. Still though, as a supportive character, like, he helps you out with a lot of stuff in the game, like telling you what's happening, you know, when the blacklist events are available. Raj the homie, yeah, he's just like that, like Lucas, just a homie who's there to help you out and get your car back. I don't know what he even gains out of helping out the protagonist. It's just that he just wants to help. Wingman behind your back, yeah. So we'll put him in A. Okay, next up we got Ronnie. You know what he reminds me of? It feels like he wanted to be a rapper. He didn't succeed, and he's now gotten older, but he still dresses up as a young rapper. Well, I mean, he is at least more knowledgeable than Bull. Bull is just like, he says one word in the prologue, and that's that. He has nice sunglasses. True that. Like, everybody likes his sunglasses. I guess C, nothing too much to talk about him. He's there. He has cool sunglasses. C for cool sunglasses. Now, I know she doesn't have a name. Cross's partners also in the game. Just put on who. I'm pretty sure people know her though, especially from her recent YouTube stuff. I would say people do know her at least compared to these. I'm trying to think what could we even rate her on, like because she, you know, appears just a few times with Cross, like not much you can say about her. She definitely wants to take a peek under your hood, so take it as you want. I feel like she could have, you know, if there was some more cutscenes with her, it would have been, you know, cool to learn about her. Next up, we got Angie. See, here was the issue with the Carbon characters. From the Carbon story, from the get-go, you're shown that you're racing against Angie and the other two bosses. That's the only real cutscene you have of those three bosses. Like, there's no real backstory to them. Like, once you come back, they'll all act like assholes to you. But you never know, like, how they even got to those places, you know, and shit. So it's like, they're just there. Angie's reckless. She doesn't care how she wins. She'll smack everyone on the road as long as she's ahead of you. So her driving is pretty much the same as me. I guess as an antagonist, she's like, kind of like Caleb. Nothing you really know about her. You probably don't care. Like, once you're done, you just, you know, it doesn't matter anymore. You just move on. So probably a D. Colin, chat. Colin is an S. We all know why Colin is an S. Name me another character that gets paid to just stay still. Simply just magnificent, man. Like, this cutscene alone just tells you everything about Colin, man. Fucking Giga Chat. Single-handedly, Colin, the best character in Carbon so far. Okay, next up we got Darius. A-tier villain. Yeah, he is actually pretty diabolical. Like, the way he sets you up all in the beginning to lose and, like, disappear so he could, like, silently take over. Pretty diabolical, man. Plus, he gets you to defeat all the bosses and then just single-handedly, you know, backstabs you at the end of it. Just throws you to Cross. As a villain, man, he lives up to it as well. Like, he isn't like Shaw, to the point where he's gonna take you out or you feel like he has murderous intents. Okay, and next up, Kenji. Kenji is the same thing as Angie. There's no real backstory to them. Like, you just know they existed and they hate you. I do like his car, to be honest, but that's about that. Neville! Fucking S, man. Come on. There's no higher tier than S for my man Neville. Like, come on. Everybody and their moms love Neville. Fucking S+. If there was S+, man, he would be there with Colin side by side, man. Look at him, man. Like he's just happy to be here, man. Plus, he's actually pretty good, though. Like, I actually used him last time I played Carbon, and he was pretty good. I didn't even need Sal. I got soda and water. Yeah, he gets you soda and water. Exactly, man. I know, he's just like a bro. Like, you've known him for decades. Even though you just, like, met him in the game. It feels like you've known him for ages.
I'm the monkey.
You do be the monkey, man. Next up, we got Nikki. What can we say about Nikki? It was your girlfriend when you left the city. Oh, okay. That I didn't know. So that explains, I guess, why she acts so mad when she sees you again. But over the course of the game, you can sense her, you know, slowly gaining trust, I guess. And then you can sense it once Darius backstabs you that she understands what happened before and she's willing to fight by your side. Okay, where would you put Nikki, Chad? As a supportive character, she's a pretty good wingman though, but she tends to, you know, break the physics of Carbon sometimes. Apart from that, she's pretty cool, I guess. I feel like if I put her in A, people are gonna be like, you put her in A, but you didn't put Mia. We'll go for B. Sal. Fucking Sal, dude. The wingmen in Carbon are fucking goated. Let's be real, they are fucking goated. Apart from being goated, man, he is fucking Adam Jensen, man. We have Adam Jensen in here. Plus, he's like the best. He's the best teammate in Carbon, man. What a shot. Easy S, man. Now, Samson. Samson, I think, is one of those wingmen that you don't really bother using, like, compared to the other options that you have, like Colin, Sal, Neville. I'm curious. Put it down in the comments of this YouTube video. Have you guys ever used Samson in Carbon? Just out of curiosity. I guess C? Would C be alright? Like, just mids, nothing too special about him compared to the other ones. I think it's just C. He's just, you know, he's there, but most people ignore him and go for the other options. Now, Wolf. Imagine there's a worse tier. I mean, I could have put F, but, like, We'll just pretend this is F as well for now. The reason for that is mostly because, what was it, Payback? There's like, I think, dialogue where he simps for Nova, the streamer. I think she was a streamer in Payback.
Oh, thanks for the donation, Wolf TFK.
Yeah, he literally donates to fucking Natalia out of all the characters. Natalia is an annoying bitch in this game. Natalia is probably the most annoying person you'll ever hear in Payback, if you ever gone that far in Payback. Okay, Yumi is up next, chat, and let's think from a wingman perspective. You know, how helpful is she? We can't really say much about characters as their personalities because we only see one cutscene of them. Well, in terms of wingman, she is a pretty strong scout, but nobody can beat the king himself. So I guess, you know, capabilities, how helpful she is. Events, probably a B. If I were to rate Nikki just based off that, I think she would be a bit higher, you know, in terms of her wingman capabilities. But she actually has some personalities. You know, some character build or whatever. So we have the Pro Street Kings. Like with Pro Street, the only ones I came up with was Ryan and Rio. Pretty much like that. Actually, Aki's here because of Payback. Like, he actually talks in Payback, so there's that. So, because, you know, actually they gave him something, like some dialogue shit, I guess we can put in B. He is pretty cool, though. I actually did do the Drift King stuff, I think. Yeah, I actually did recently. I don't think I completed it fully. Like, I was playing Payback, and I think I did the first event. And also, you know, pretty competitive in his discipline. Carol and Ray, C tier. No, Ray is D. He literally almost runs over a person. Like, look at him, dude. He isn't slowing down at all. There are civilians, my man. There are civilians on the road, man. Doesn't care about anyone whatsoever. Like, look at him. He almost runs over the announcer lady. Has no care about anyone, man, apart from his BMW. Look at Nate, for example. Look at Nate. Such class, such elegance, man. And he slows down properly so she doesn't get hurt. Okay, this is just random ass talking, but still. There isn't much else I could say about the Pro Street Kings apart from Rio. Nate, we're gonna put in B just because of his class act. Ray doesn't care about anyone, man. Carol, she can pull off some sick times in her Mustang. Yeah, I think maybe like this should be alright. My man Ryan Cooper in S. Like, come on, everybody loves Ryan, man. You love Ryan, I love Ryan, your mom loves Ryan, everybody fucking loves Ryan. Let's be fucking real. Absolute giga chat as well, man. Next up we got Rio, and he, you know, he's supposed to be the antagonist Pro Street, but like there isn't much about him. Like, he just, you know, has a dislike for you. Like, every time he looks at you, he just has that grin on his face. Like, who's this guy trying to take my crown? And also when he gets defeated, all of his crew instantly abandon him, showing that he didn't even have like a proper connection with his friends or crew members. He looks like Fat Moist Critical. Pretty much. But yeah, as an antagonist, I guess he's really weak. Like, he isn't like Shaw. He isn't like Cross. He just doesn't really have anything. Or Darius. I'm gonna put him in D. Now we go to Undercover. And the first character we have is Carmen. Now, Carmen is one of the characters you meet early on in the game. What is there to talk about her, actually? Cube, we have to save her from cars, trying to smack her about as she sucks at racing. She's a pretty decent mechanic, I guess. But like, in the story, she doesn't really serve that much of a purpose. Like, you have to save her once. She's just there. She does go to med school when the story is done, so good for her, you know. I think we'll put her in C. Now, Chase. Partner that helps you out throughout your missions, but then in the end, kills off whoever's left in the story. Very intelligent and sneaky. She slipped up at the end though, yeah. I don't think I ever suspected her being the bad guy up until that last cutscene, to be honest. If you play a story, you have no idea, and it's a massive curveball. True that. Like, as an antagonist, she is pretty good, I would say. So yeah, I guess we'll rate her on that as an antagonist level. Like, only at the end you find out she was all the bad person. But the way she like curveballed everyone going into circles and shit, so it is pretty impressive. Okay, A tier antagonist. This dude, I don't know much about him. Like, he's another antagonist. Like, I think he just belongs in Who, honestly. Like, you see him towards the end of the game, and even then, it's like, Who is this person that I'm gonna see for the next few minutes before he gets taken out? G-Mac? Oh, dude. He's called Gregory McDonald. Fucking Gregory McDonald. Where did they come up with these names, man? Probably who would be good. Now, this is, I believe, Hector. Yeah, Hector. If the protagonist wasn't an undercover cop, he and Hector would probably be, you know, pretty good friends. Like there's cutscenes where you can see him, you know, high-fiving people. In the circumstances you are, you know, he faces a different path. So we could also rate him based off his fedora. That fedora is really good looking, man. B for fedora. I think I'll put, yeah, I'll keep him a B though. He's pretty alright. Now, Nickel just, like, in the cutscenes you see, he's just the jealous dude, you know? Like, whenever I see Nickel, it feels like you, the protagonist, when you arrive to whatever location you are, it feels like he's threatened. So he acts like a complete asshole to you at every chance he can. He also cuts your brakes during that race with Rose. He just tries to, I guess, act as an alpha male, but because he's insecure, I guess? That's what I would say. I would just put him in D, honestly. D for dick. Rose pretty much gives off goth girl vibes. And depending on if that's your fetish, you'll probably put it in S. The only honest thing I know about her, she's a goth girl, and she has a cool looking Porsche. D like the rest? I guess, meh. Nothing too much about him. Very dangerous guy, S. Very dangerous guy. Like, come on, man. He's a bro. He literally points to the camera and even tells.
Very dangerous.
Like, he warns you, man. He warns you about the activities that you're doing, man. What other character tells you that, man? Also, that look. Like, you can't deny that look. Okay, and next up, we got the run characters. With Jack. Jack is mostly, I feel like I guess a cocky protagonist, you know? Full of himself, maybe? Like, you know, he gets the job done, of course. Actually, this is the very first protagonist that we're talking about. Like, every other protagonist, you know, he never was mentioned or had any dialogue. This is like the very first one. Arrogant, cocky, I guess something like that. But his driving skills are there, so... Like, it wasn't too bad. Like, you could relate to him a little bit, but nothing too much, I guess. Marcus. Now, this dude is like the main antagonist. The dude that is part of the mafia. So the dude, in terms of antagonists, tries multiple times to take you out, man. But like, the fact is, like, he could have taken the main protagonist out so many times. Like, for example, instead of crushing in a fucking Porsche, they could have just shot him and then done it. But they just duct taped him to the thing and he still escaped. Like, his mafia is fucking dumb. They tried so hard to kill him, they failed so miserably. They even fucking got a attack chopper in Chicago and it failed. All for one fucking person. So yeah, as an antagonist, I don't know. Nothing too much. Like, he just tries to kill you, but he never says a word. He just aims a gun at you and shoots. He managed to kill the rest of the civilians in that Chicago race, however, yeah. Multiple civilians dead because of one person, man. Just D. Next, we have Sam. And, Sam? She is, what was it? Protagonist's childhood friend? I mean, she does help you out, gives you what's all help throughout the entire race. Especially when, you know, you get busted and you lose your car. She helps you find new cars to use. So, she's a supportive character, I would say. What's all helps as much as she can for you to accomplish your goal. So, there's that. Oh boy, the 2015 cast. Okay. Take this entire thing with a grain of salt, of course, and 2015 as well, because I only played this game for a combined 2 or 3 hours. So I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 cutscenes of these people. So this lady, cringeworthy, I guess. I don't know. Like, I only saw a few cutscenes. Like, I can't really. Maybe they're good later in the game. I don't know. Is the second best character? Is she? Alright. I'm just gonna put in who, okay? Because I don't know much about him. Who? That's perfect, actually. I'm just gonna keep him in who. Manu, on the other hand, I think I've seen like 2 or 3 cutscenes of him, man. But he's such a fucking... He's like a dude that you would, you know, sit for hours in a pub, just drinking away, talking about whatever, laughing about shit, man. Such a bro, you know? Ken Block? right? I think this is supposed to be him. So Omega Lul, this is supposed to be Marcus something. Amy, I don't know shit about her. Omega Lul, this dude, he looks like a wannabe SoundCloud rapper, man. He's a bit cringe, but I don't know much about him. Spike, on the other hand, I saw one cutscene of him, and that was good enough for me to tell that I want him to stay the fuck away from me. If I need a restraining order on a person, it would probably be him. Now we got the Payback cast left. Now, Payback has 3 protagonists, Jess, Mac, and Tyler. Jess, I think she's in the middle. Like, she's all right. She can crack a few jokes, isn't too serious all the time, and she's fun to be around. So a mid-C, nothing too crazy. Lena, as an antagonist, she's just meh. So probably one of the weaker antagonists as well. Like, she backstabs you, joins the mafia gang, whatever, and that's that. Marcus, he's another character in there, but don't know much about him, honestly, so just Omega Lul. The only 2 people left are Mac and Tyler. And Mac I really like. He's like Mano. He is a dude, like, he just knows how to make you... Actually, what am I saying? S. He's just such a chill dude, funny dude to be around. Like, I feel like if you're in a bad mood and he's around, he's gonna cheer you up no matter what, just with his presence, with jokes or whatever. Like, just overall a cool dude to have around. The final character on this tier list, Tyler Morgan. Man. Okay, this entire video that you've been watching live on stream and on YouTube was because we were playing Payback on stream for my Downfall video, and we were talking shit about Tyler so much, about how he's bland, boring, nobody gives a shit about him, the most cocky and arrogant character out there. Like, this entire tier list was mostly inspired by him because we were talking so much shit about it. I was like, oh wait, why not just rate other characters as well? So yeah, Tyler is single-handedly the worst protagonist in this entire series, man. Dude never jokes in his fucking life. I feel like if someone literally held a gun next to his head and forced him to make a joke, he would fail at that. I'm curious in the comments below, man. What do you guys think of Tyler? Like, I'm genuinely curious, man. Every time I played Payback, man, I was so happy to switch to either Jess or Mac. Every minute I had to spend with Tyler, I regretted it. So these are our final results of all the characters that I put on this tier list. Remember, this was just for fun, so nothing too serious. This was more just to relax, have some fun. Like, of course, we just joked around a bit, but we did actually give some decent ratings for some of the characters in this series. So I think it was fun. Do send me your results as well, because I'm kind of curious where you guys would rate some of these characters.